So, Surface Book, Surface Pro 4, which to go for? Ultimate conundrum. Okay, so you might have had a look at this already. You might be looking at the iPad Pro. I've got a video for that, don't worry. You might be looking at the Surface Pro 3 if you want to save some money. I've got older videos on that as well. Still a good device, but yeah, obviously not as good as Surface Pro 4. That's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. Yeah, it's basically an older version. So yeah, you get what you pay for. First thing I'm going to say right out of the park on this one is buy the best you can afford. That's my number one tip on this. Just get the best you can afford. Straightforward. You know, if you're a professional artist, you can probably afford a bit more. If you're a college student, you know, if you're still at school, and, you know, you're buying this with money you're earning yourself on a part-time job, then you might only be able to afford a Surface Pro 3. That's fine. You know, because you're not doing professional artwork. So, that's probably all you'll need. Don't beat yourself up about it. The number two thing to remember is that technology helps you to create art. The artwork comes from you. So being able to draw is an ability. The technology just makes it easier at the end of the day. That's the thing to remember. Do you know what I mean? These are devices that are here to make your life easier, to make the work quicker. Okay, so which is better out of these two devices though? The Surface Book or the Surface Pro 4? Now, these are both my devices. I obviously had the Surface Pro 4 first. Now, looking at them, I only really use the Surface Book these days. Obviously, don't cart the Surface Pro 4 around anymore. Why would I? But the Surface Pro 4 was an awesome device. Before you ask, I'm not giving this away at all. I still use it from time to time. It's a nice backup device to have. I love it to bits. It's a really solid, good device. But what I love about the Surface Book is that in the lower half of this is extra battery life, extra hard drive room, and the GPU, the NVIDIA graphics card, which means that this can handle more. I can do professional level work on this that I can't do on the Surface Pro. So the Surface Book can handle tougher, higher level work. It lasts longer thanks to a bigger battery life and has a bigger hard drive. Now you might be saying, what does the hard drive really matter? Because you can use SD cards, and I do. I use SD cards all the time. I don't save any work to the devices. I save all my work to SD cards that are cheap enough. You can get them on eBay, you can buy them online. So, you know, why does the hard drive matter? It doesn't. Apart from you use it as kind of a memory cache for Photoshop or for Painter or for Manga Studio. So in that respect, it does make a difference. Now, there are different versions of each of these machines. And again, go for what you can afford. That does make a difference. I always say, try not to buy the low-end versions. Go for the mid-range or above. If you can afford the top level on the Surface Pro 4, if you can afford the very top one, then you'd be better off with the mid-level Surface Book. You know? Either way, minimum I would go for the mid-level of either machine. I think I have the mid-level Surface Book here and the mid-level Surface Pro 4, and they're both brilliant machines. But for me, the mid-level Surface Book is awesome. I would prefer, obviously, the top level one. If I would have had the top level one, I would have just gotten rid of that Mac you can see in the background. I would have just scrapped that, thrown it off a building, set fire to it, whatever. But the important thing here, the important thing that sets these two devices apart, is what they can actually handle. Now that is the applications for artists themselves. And this is, what we're talking about here. We're talking about these devices for artists. If we're talking about Photoshop, Painter, Manga Studio, Sketchable. Sketchable is fine on both of these machines because that was designed for tablet use. Photoshop, if you're doing digital painting, and drawing, fine on both of them, to be honest. Manga Studio, relatively light piece of software, fine on both of them. Painter, if you're using Painter, go for the Surface Book. Painter is really intensive. The way that the brushes are made, it really uses the CPU. So I would go for at least the mid-range Surface Book if you're using Painter. Photoshop, if you're doing high-res work, if you're a professional artist, go for the Surface Book. If you're a hobby artist, I think you can get away with the Surface Pro. But I think if you're a hobby artist moving into professional work, or if you're a professional artist already using Photoshop, it's the Surface Book. Now, if you're looking for battery life, the Surface Book blows the Surface Pro 4 away in terms of battery life. I can do 3 or 4 hours on this. I can do 6 to 8 on this. And I can say comfortably that I could do 4 to 6 hours in Photoshop or in Manga Studio or something like that, and record at the same time. I can record my screen at the same time. And that, that's really intensive on my processor. As well as that, I find that the Surface Book, once it's doubled over, it's thicker, and that thickness is actually really comfy to grip. I like the sturdiness of the keyboard over that, but that's not a big thing. Talking in terms of what the machines can actually do for artists, I think for me overall, the Surface Book, once you've got that GPU in there, it really ramps it up in terms of how the programs run. So, yeah, for me, I think the Surface Book wins outright. It's just it's just a matter of the cost and how you feel about that as an artist. Do you think that's worth it? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I know a lot of the feedback that I've had in comments on other videos, people are saying that for them, it's a matter of being able to afford the machine. I know some people have even said that they're thinking of getting an older, cheaper Surface Pro 3, which I think is absolutely fine. Personally, while I did love my old Surface Pro 3 when I had one, I feel that could I work on that now? I think for sketching, absolutely fine. But I couldn't do anything else in it. Not now. My canvas size has gone up since then. So could I do anything in Photoshop on that? Probably not now. Not comfortably. Whereas my Surface Book, I can go on holiday with it and I can still continue to do professional level work if I have to. I can still retouch a painting and send it back to a client. I could do that on the Surface Pro 4 at a push. Might be a bit painful. But on the Surface Book, nice and easy. And I can even do video editing on this. Some of the YouTube videos that you've seen lately have been drawn on this, screen captured on this, edited and uploaded on my Surface Book. So they haven't gone near my computer. That's all been done on the Surface Book and nothing else, which is absolutely great. And I'm happy to say that. So, Premiere's on there and I've done everything from start to finish on that. Edited my own thumbnails, put music on there, edited it. Lovely. Color corrected the footage, everything, all on my Surface Book, and uploaded it to YouTube and got that straight to you guys from start to finish, from concept, creation, everything. And I know the Surface Book can do that, and that's why I love it so much. Surface Pro 4, still brilliant. I just think that is more for aspiring professional artists rather than fully fledged professional artists. Hopefully that's cleared some things up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what kind of devices you're looking at. Let's not forget as well that both of these devices work with the dial. Very cool. Obviously they don't work on screen, but they do work off screen with the dial. Remember as well that I am now on Patreon, so if you want to come and join me there, if you want to see tutorials, PSDs, brushes, etc, etc, come and say hi, and see you soon. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and even subscribe to my channel, Lawrence Can Draw. And if you really did like what you saw here, you can see more of it on my website, LAWRENCEmann.co.uk. I'll see you next time.